We grew our content agency to over $200,000 per month, and I credit it to this one thing, which is having a dialed in sales process. If you do not have a sales process, you will not be able to scale past just relying on word of mouth and referrals. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the battle tested sales process that has been through thousands of sales calls and has generated millions of dollars of revenue for agencies like myself and over 160 other agencies that we work with, to reveal 3 different parts that your sales process absolutely needs if you want to stop relying on word of mouth referrals, if you actually want to grow and scale your business and get out of that agency grind and actually build a business around you, be a true CEO. The reality is that if you don't have a sales process, your business is going to be in life support, because sales are literally the lifeblood of your business. What I used to do when I first started my business was people knew who I was. I came from real estate. People kept asking me for help when it comes to social media. So what I would do is I would go to all these like lunch and learns, and then I would be all of a sudden getting all these clients because I was able to know a lot of people. But what happened was eventually the referrals dried up. The word of mouth dried up because there's only so much time that I can go out and go network while still trying to run a business. And there's only so many opportunities for referrals, especially within your community, before you get to the point where your business starts to decline. That's what we want to avoid. We want to create predictability in our business so we can have control over our business. We're going to go through the 3-part sales process to get clients on repeat, because getting leads to me is easy, but getting clients is the actual hard part. So first thing that we need to focus on is having predictable lead gen. No leads, no business. If you can come up with a way to predictably get leads, then your business will be able to survive, it'll be able to thrive, and you will be set. I would rely on referrals, word of mouth. And what happened was this was very passive, which led to it being very inconsistent. And what this leads to, if we just rely on word of mouth, it's that feast and famine. Start to get new clients, and then you're feasting, and then you got to work on fulfillment, and then your business starts to like decline, and you hope that you keep all the clients, and then you're in famine, and then you just go up and down. And it's the cycle that we as agency owners need to work to get out of, because what we want to do is we want to make sure as our business grows, as we get new clients, so does our operations, so does our business, and we can turn them up tandemly, and it goes and it grows. We need to not be passive about our lead generation. We need to be proactive, meaning we need to have an active system in place that is consistently generating us leads. So what being proactive is going to do for us, it's going to give us more confidence. It's going to reduce your stress. It's going to give you consistency in your business, and then growth. Really, there's 2 ways that I want us to look at getting new clients and creating predictable lead gen. There's the inbound, and then there's the outbound. So we're going to focus on first, we're going to focus on a little bit of inbound. Inbound is essentially ads. We're going to focus on how do we create the inbound ads that are going to draw our ideal customers and create more opportunities inbound using the power of advertising on Facebook and Instagram. First thing that we need to do is we want to create ads. So if I'm going to create an inbound ad, first things first is the creative, because the creative in reality is what's going to actually drive the results. If we can be really particular with our creative when we are doing ads and have it provoke a response, the creative is literally what's going to draw the leads in. The formula to an effective ad is going to be essential, because if you don't have a good formula, then you're just going to be burning money. So the first one is like a follow ad. What we do is we use our Instagram as a funnel. And then from that traffic, we are setting appointments. But to get the right traffic, to get the ideal traffic, we need to make sure we have really good copy to attract the ideal traffic to our pages. This is the template. If you are a niche looking to achieve desired outcome and having a hard time doing so, the main thing holding you back is pain causing you to implication, or your pain causing an implication, or your pain causing an implication. You need to make sure we understand the customers, we need to understand their pain points, and we understand the implications of the pain points that they're feeling. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and give me a follow here on Instagram. I'm going through all my content where I show niche, how you can achieve desired outcomes. Same way that we helped case study achieve outcome without pain points, in the same way that we helped another case study achieve go from pain point to desired outcome. My name's Austin, and I help niches achieve desired outcomes. So if you're looking to learn how you can do that, give me a follow here on Instagram, consume all my free content. We need to make sure we're actually building our brand on social media, and we're actually educating people and posting content to your niche so that when they do follow you, you can actually follow through on your promise. We want to get them to follow us, and then the people that follow us, to me, an Instagram follower is a modern day email list, especially if it's an ideal client of who we're calling out. Then they follow us, and then they start seeing our content, and then we be proactive in messaging them and setting appointments from there. That's how you start to build your gold mine of a list. The second ad is going to be Instagram carousel. First and most important is having a carousel have a hook. So here's how real estate agents are closing 5 deals per month from Instagram. Let me show you in 6 months. In the actual teaching, what we're going to do is we're going to have an old way plus implications as a bold headline, and then we're going to teach them in the actual call out. And we need 5 to 6 teaching points within there with a really solid hook that catches your attention. The more that we can include financial gain in the hook, the more likely people are going to respond to that. After that, we want to launch the ads. For the follow ad, we set this as profile visits so that when people see the page or see the ad, they click on the video and then it goes to your profile and then they can follow you from there. Pretty self-explanatory. The carousel, as you saw on the last slide, call to action is DM. So we want to have them message us. From an ad spend perspective, I would expect to spend at least $1,000 a month. Like that's what I would do in order to actually get a result. We want to make sure we're spending so that we can get more opportunities and that we can get more data, and then just realize that we're not just throwing money in the air. Yeah, it's going to feel risky at first, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a return on that ad spend. Next is we want to set appointments. So you're going to get two different types of opt-ins. You're going to have the opt-ins for the DM message. Basically, what we want to do is we want to find the gaps. We create ideal people following us, and we create ideal people messaging us from the copy, from the creative. We want to get the right people to hit on our page, because once the right people hit on the page, then it makes it a lot easier to set. And we want to make sure that we're testing and optimizing. We need to be monitoring it. We need to look at how many messages. We need to look at our cost per message. We need to look at how many followers we're getting, how many people that we're setting from those followers. If you're not setting appointments, if you're not getting deals from this, likely it has to do something with the creative or the appointment setting that you're actually doing. The next type of way to create predictability from lead gen is doing outbound marketing. The volume that you can go out for a fairly affordable price. For outbound, for this case, I'm going to talk specifically about outbound email. We use a tool called Instantly. Pretty much automates all of your outbound email. We want to set up Instantly, and first things first, we want to build a list. There's a million of contacts inside of Instantly. If your niche is maybe a little bit harder, or if maybe they're not on Instantly, or maybe they're not on these lead databases, you can always hire a list builder from Upwork.com. Next, we want to do is we want to write copies. A couple of different frameworks, like Instantly has a lot of really good frameworks inside of Instantly's accelerator once you actually join. But two examples just for this video. One could be just like a yes, no question. Hey, John, are you still selling real estate in Nashville? And then they respond, and that's when you can actually set the appointment from there. This could be like a two-step email sequence that you could send based off of the response. And then if they don't respond to the yes, no question, then I would do follow-ups. Another opener is, hi, first name, personalized line. We just helped another niche achieve desired outcome in time frame. Thought this might work for you too. Could I shoot you over some more info? Let's just say we use these as the message number one. We want to have at least 3 follow-ups because we want to send a high volume and we don't just want to send one email and assume that they're going to respond. Then what we do after we write the copies, we launch and set the appointments from Instantly. Inside of the campaign, it'll look something like this. So they have what's called like a unibox where all of your emails go into one unibox. Again, import, test, optimize. Especially with outbound, we need to have a high volume going out. At least get a list of 5,000 to 10,000 people that you can start with and send a high volume of emails to. If you guys can nail this, this isn't just fluff. This stuff actually works. Like Susie literally scheduled 2 calls in the first 2 days of her running the ads that we just did. Mike, literally 2 weeks inside of Agency U, he got his highest close literally from what we've been teaching him from the sales perspective. Bryn, 1 booked call so far and 7 other conversations in the DMs from the ads that she launched, and this happened pretty quickly. And then Danny signed a contract on Friday from the Authority Funnel, 2 call close, 4-month contract at $1,600 a month, paid ads and a funnel page, literally from what we have been teaching. And a couple things to know: be patient with the ads. We need to track results on what's doing well. So the ads, we need to make sure that we're in the ads manager. And the Instantly, we need to make sure we're looking at the analytics provided by Instantly and seeing how we can improve them. Outbound is totally a volume game. Speed lead is super important. The copy is king. Cannot emphasize this enough. So it's cool to book calls. If you're talking to crappy leads, it's pretty much worthless, which leads me to my next point, which is going to be dialing in a video sales letter. So the reality is that unqualified leads are a complete waste of your time. I would think every lead deserves a conversation with me. And then I'd sort of have that gut feeling going into the call that after doing some research on this person, they're probably not going to be able to afford what we have. And I would jump on a call. I'll explain everything. They'd be completely sticker shocked. Then I'll get frustrated. I knew from the get, I had that gut feeling, but I didn't want to pass up an opportunity and judge a book by its cover. I really just wasted a bunch of time. Didn't have a VSL, which is a video sales letter. So a video sales letter essentially allows you to pre-qualify your prospects. It will pre-sell them. It will disqualify your prospects, and it's going to increase conversions, because what a VSL is, it's a video sales letter that the client is going to watch before they book a call with you or before they even have a conversation with you. That is going to get them peppered for what you actually do. So when you do jump on a call, they know what to expect. So it's either going to get them more excited to spend money with you, or it's going to say, this actually isn't a fit for me. I don't want to spend money on this, and this isn't going to actually be a fit for me right now. From a VSL framework perspective, all we need to do is we need to film a video, and that video is going to land on our landing page. It's going to be sent to the client before you even jump on a call with them. Literally, there's 13 steps. So first is going to be your bold claim. Here's how to go from what problems they're aware of, but they can't solve, to desired outcome using mechanism in time frame. Step 2 is going to be a snippet of social proof. So this is where you can talk about people that you've done this for. This is where you can talk about how you've done it for yourself. Step number 3 is going to be pain points and struggles. You want to justify the prospect's failure by revealing the real problem. 5 social proof, show someone like them achieving. So this would be a testimonial. If you don't have a testimonial, I just like to put like statistics there. Step number 6 is going to be company credibility. Step 7, company intro, who you are and what you do, something that makes you human. Main benefits, what are the benefits to the customer that's going to get them excited and dialed in, how it works. Basically selling the process, giving them clarity on what are the steps that are going to get them from their pain to their outcomes, consequences of staying how they are, and then the bold claim, the transformation they can achieve by working with you, emphasize that again. Social proof, more testimonials if you got them. And then lastly, the call to act. What you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to say, hey, ChatGPT, use this framework and make it a readable script and turn it into a compelling script as a salesperson using really good sales copy. So after we create the script, what we're going to want to do is we want to obviously film the VSL. So conviction is going to be the most important thing. We need to be convicted that this is the solution for our customers to get them from where they are to where they want to go. Number 2, you could use a presentation. It can be HD or it could just be a simple Loom video. Time frame, max 10 minutes. So that is how we're going to film it. Then we need to use the VSL. We typically put it on the landing page. Basically what we want to do is we want to make sure they watch the video before they book a call with us. And if they don't watch the video, then we're going to be really persistent to get them to watch the video. Second way is pre-call, and any appointment reminders after they book a call. We want to be sending them the VSL. Make sure that they watch the video. So we want to clarify that they watched the VSL through DMs, through text, through emails. Make sure that they've confirmed that they've watched the VSL, because if they didn't, then it's going to be really challenging to get them bought in. By doing this, like, you will have sales easily. Vanessa got $1,500 a month for 12 videos first month, and then $3,500 for following month. We weren't even trying to sell them. Why? Because they were pre-sold before they even got there. First 10K month this month. Awesome. Killer. He was at $2,000 a month when he had his first call with us. Why? Because we were able to dial in his sales process, VSL being one of them. Oh, last month, gross just under $17,000, highest month ever. Why? Because we worked on her sales process. We got her dialed in. Sarah doesn't even do sales calls. She will send the VSL and now we'll do the selling for her. You guys can achieve the same thing if we be disciplined about the process that we're going over. Things to know. Copy is king. We need to make sure we know who we're talking to, what we're talking to. Niche is important. This can be broad. This needs to be really specific to the pain points of your actual customers. We need to be disciplined with using it, because the people who want to work with you are going to watch it. They're going to follow instructions, and that's going to set the stage of how you actually work together. And we want to automate this ending. It's cool to get on calls, but if you can't actually close them, it is worthless. So that is why we need a really solid framework when it comes to sales. We need to stop winging sales calls, because I didn't have a sales call framework. So we need a sales call framework to increase our sales, to give ourselves structure when we're actually on a sales call, to position ourselves as valuable so that the clients can see value in what we do. And we need something that is repeatable. The sales framework that we're about to go over is literally responsible for more than $6 million in agency sales. And I'm going to go step by step, and we're just going to kind of hit on some short points on each point of the sales process. So first things first is build rapport. Small talk, how long are you in business? Then we want to set the structure. So the fastest way to be seen as a non-authority is to just kind of like jump right into questions, or let the client take over and like start asking a bunch of questions or telling them what you need. We need to take authority. What we're going to do is we're going to ask you some questions about your business. At the end of the call, I'm going to share how we help businesses just like you achieve desired outcomes. Does that sound good? Then motivation. What made you up for jumping on the call today? What are you currently doing? What's like the goal as it pertains to growing your business? 1 year from now, what does that look like? What's in the way from getting you there? So that's going to be the roadblock. What we want to do is we want to ask pain questions for each roadblock. What else has been getting in the way of getting to the goal that you just labeled pain question? Anything else that would be good to hit on? Then they're very aware that they need a solution to the problems that they have. And then commitment. What stopped you from doing this on your own? Like, why now? Like, then transition to pre-pitch. Like, this is where we start to make the transition to actually going over the presentation. Then we actually do a presentation. These essentially are just slides sharing the process of how you can get them from the current state to the outcome. We want to have the steps to outcome, and we want to call out the steps to outcome as it pertains to the pain points that they have. So then after that, we do a temp check. Do you feel like this will get you from A to B? What questions do you have? All the good stuff. And then price framing. So basically, do you feel like this could help you out? Like, how many pieces of business would you need in order for this to make sense? Cool. What we typically see is a client will achieve XYZ, and with that, they should achieve XYZ outcome based off of what you told me. Like, we would need this many clients. Awesome. Based off of in order to get you from where you are to where you want to go using the process that we just laid out, here's how much it costs. So that way, they can start to see the price not just as a price, but how you're going to get them there. The other thing to know is, like, this is the last thing that we talk about is the price. We want to make sure is they understand the process before we actually drop the price. If we can nail the sales framework, like Dylan just closed 2 clients for $9,500. Shout out to Austin Gilberto for the sales frameworks. They work like an absolute charm. Natalie literally just took this screenshot. This was the easiest, most organized, and most confident I've ever been in a sales process thanks to the sales framework. Also, one client was during the program. Jaden, $3,500 a month for 6 months. This is my first sale in the new offer since joining the agency, and I'm stoked. Design beats willpower. If we can follow the sales framework, if we follow the sales scripting, you're going to increase your likelihood of actually closing a deal. So a couple of things to know as it pertains to the sales process is we need to have a freaking offer. This isn't going to work if you don't have an offer. You need to be an authority in it. So that was something that I hit on early, which is like, you need to have authority in the conversation. What you don't want to do is you want your client to just start taking over and asking a bunch of questions and go sideways and you just wasted 30 minutes. We need to be disciplined with this. Referral, word of mouth, your friend, be disciplined with the sales framework, because for each one, it's going to increase the likelihood that you're actually going to close. Guys, if you got some value from this call, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, where we have so many more videos coming out like this, more in-depth trainings, tactical trainings that are going to help you scale your agency. If you haven't already, be sure to join our school group. That is where we have even more sauce, Notion templates, more trainings, a community, all that sort of stuff.